Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, let me introduce myself. My name is Ainurrahmanisa and I'm from class 7A. In this occasion, I would like to present my proposal for subject seminar on English language teaching. And as you can see on the screens, my title is The Correlation Between Study Listening Comprehension and Their Vocabulary Knowledge of 10th Grade at MA Salafiyah Al-Muslimin. Then the background of my research, learning issues. Listening is receptive skill for students in on oral mode, and people acquire a new language for the first time from what they hear. And listening comprehension is part of communication skills, and it has the multiple process of comprehension in language when it is understood, interpreted, and spoken. It is one of the most important skills that should be mastered by English learners. Then, Morley on 2001 stresses that the importance of listening comprehension with the claim that listening comprehension accents are critical for teaching elements of grammatical structure and allow new vocabulary items to be contextualized within a body communicated discourse. Then students must be able to comprehend in order to learn listening skill. If they can understand what they hear, their listening ability might well enhance. Then learning English is not easy for EFL students, especially in Indonesia. At MA Salafiyah Al-Muslimin, it is difficult enough for L2 or EFL students, such as those in Indonesia, to learn English, let alone one skill, which is listening comprehension. Then students in this context come from a variety of educational backgrounds, including high school and vocational high school. As a result, the students learning English in this department have a variety of English abilities, one of which is vocabulary knowledge. Then, the research purposes. The aims of this study is first, to know student vocabulary knowledge and listening comprehension of the 10th grade students at MA Salafiyah Al-Muslihin. Then, second, to found the correlation between student listening comprehension and their vocabulary knowledge in MA Salafiyah Al-Muslihin. And number three is to get the empirical data about the correlation between listening comprehension and vocabulary knowledge. And how about the research question? The first is, how is students' vocabulary knowledge of the 10th grade students at MA Salafiyah Al-Muslihin? Second is, how is students' listening comprehension of the 10th grade students at MA Salafiyah Al-Muslihin? And the third is there any correlation between student listening comprehension and their vocabulary knowledge? And for relevant theories, the first is listening comprehension. What is listening comprehension? Chastain on 1961 state that the goal of listening comprehension is to comprehend the language at normal speed in an automatic condition, and Hamuda on 2013 say that listening skill is very important in acquiring understandable input. Goes said that in listening comprehension, listeners try to construct the meaning they get the information from the listening source. Then, listening comprehensions, according to Richard John Platt and Heidi Platt on 2000, and for Hossein Gioacchiani and Zaideh Masoumi Ahmadi and on 2011, listening comprehension is the process of understanding speech, and it concentrates on the role of linguistic units such as phonemes, word grammatical structure, and the role of listener anticipations, the situation and context, purpose, knowledge, and subject. And for this strategy, many researchers such as Conrad, O'Malley, and Kamat, Ross, and Rose, and Azmi Bingle, Chalikid, Seal, and Tugrul-Mart expressed that there are three types of strategies in listening comprehension. They are cognitive, metacognitive, and socioaffective, and the strategies can change based on the level of the learners. The number two, vocabulary knowledge. Vocabulary knowledge is justified as crucial side to overall language acquisition process, and breadth of vocabulary knowledge is referred to the quantity of the number of words known at certain level of language competence, and it is similar with the definition by expert that vocabulary knowledge can be viewed as the number of words as a person now, and many authors also have similar definition about vocabulary knowledge. Then Nation on 2000 itemized 8 different types of knowledge that are required to know a word, but later amended it, adding the named aspect word parts. He explained the 9 aspects of vocabulary knowledge are as follows: knowledge of the word spoken form, knowledge of the word written form, knowledge of the parts in words which have meaning, knowledge of the link between particular form and meaning, knowledge of the vocabulary that is associated with a word, knowledge of the concept a word may possess and the items it can refer to, knowledge of a word grammatical function, and knowledge of a word register and frequency. So the next is research methodology. The research design for this study is quantitative study, and the type of design this study is the study tends to be study of correlation because it investigates the correlation between two variables, which were studied listening comprehension as an independent and vocabulary knowledge as dependent. Then research site for this study is MSAF Muslim, and the population of this study was the time of grade of MSAF Muslim, and the sample of this study was 30 students by using simple random sampling. And research instrument for this study is post test and pre-test. The sample was given to kind of tests, those are pre-test and post-test, and those tests are also set of vocabulary knowledge tests and listening comprehension tests. And for the data collection procedure, first in the data collection procedure, the research used 30 students for the class 10 of senior high school, which in MSAPI Muslihin with simple random sampling, and two tests were used in this study is a vocabulary level test and a listening comprehension test, and the tests were administered on the same day. The total time for administering the listening test was 30 minutes, including the times for giving instruction and answering questions. After a short break, the participants were given the vocabulary level test, the administration of which took between 20 until 25 minutes. Then number 2, SPS expression 20 for IBM statistics was used to analyze the test scores. Percent correlation was found on the results to understand the relationship between the vocabulary level test has with the result of the listening comprehension test. So thank you for the attention. That's all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.